It's your boy, B. Clay. Thanks for watching. Same fight, different round. Y'all know my motto. What's happening? Same fight, different round. Y'all know my motto. Trying to be a good person, trying to be genuine, trying to be pure-hearted, and give respect when it's deserved. You always start out by giving people respect. Respect could take you places that disrespect won't get you. Like they say, you can get a flower with honey, and you get a flower with poop. So I guess it must have meant you can get a bee with honey, you can't get a bee with poop. But flies, you can. But let's talk about it, man. Tyre Nichols. Remember the black officers that beat him to death? Well, since we talk about race, let's talk about it. Where's the Black Lives Matter? What happened to them? Exactly. They come out when it's planned. If it was some white cops that took out Tyre Nichols, it would have been protesters, riots, all type of stuff going on, like the situation with George Floyd. Why we don't have another George Floyd situation? I'm waiting. But you know what? It's a young man I seen online that broke it down a lot more articulate than I am, cuz be honest with you, that's crazy they beat the case. You know, they should have been fired. They should have did some jail time. You know, but I don't remember the full story exactly. But it don't take three guys to beat on one person, especially a brother. It took three brothers to beat on one brother, and they all beat the case. I'm not sure how many cops was involved, but just a sad situation. But where is Black Lives Matter when all this black-on-black crime is gone? They only pop out when they need it. And that's when somebody of a different race hurts somebody in the black community. But when somebody in the black community hurts somebody in the black community, Black Lives Matter is nowhere to be found. But check out what homie had to say.
So let me get this straight. These guys essentially beat Tyre Nichols to death. Like, I'm literally right now watching them. One cop is standing him up, or two cops are standing him up, and the other is socking him in the head. I've seen one of these cops kick him in the head. They were using like a nightstick on him. I mean, he died from blunt force trauma to the head, and we just watched these guys quite literally beat him in the head. And they've been acquitted of all state charges. I don't see BLM marching in the streets. I don't see Democratic politicians outraged by it or even talking about it. And I don't see Black Americans out in the streets marching, saying the system's messed up, saying this is wrong, nothing. Or I should say minimal. I've seen some people complain about it. They were just acquitted of all state charges, and it's virtually silent. Many Black Americans in this country are so hypocritical, and they're ideologically inconsistent. Now, let this have been 3 or 4 white cops. People would be in the streets marching, politicians would be talking about it, it would be all over the news. But since it doesn't fit the narrative, we're just gonna sweep it under the rug. And this is what's embarrassing for many of the Black people who would be out in the streets marching if these were all white cops. You're ideologically inconsistent and you're hypocritical. You don't really care about Black lives, and you don't really care about right or wrong. Because if you truly did, you would have the same energy about this as you would if it was a bunch of white cops. Here's another one of the reasons why I think you're not seeing outrage amongst the Black community. Because remember, I've said many Black Americans have this unrelenting loyalty to being Black. So since they have this unrelenting loyalty to being Black, and for many of them that guides which direction they go, they don't know which direction to go. Because all the cops are Black and the victim's Black. So who do they side with? Because remember, it's not about right or wrong in many of these cases. It's about aligning with your skin color. So since there isn't a skin color to align with because everyone is the same color, they basically stay silent. And this is why I say having an unrelenting loyalty to being Black is an absolute problem. Because it blinds you from seeing right or wrong, and it stops you from actually calling that out. Like, these cops literally beat him to death. And it's silence when they were all acquitted of state charges. It's crazy. You can't take these people serious. The people out in the street marching about police brutality primarily only do it when a white cop does something to a black person. This seems like a textbook case of police brutality, and they're not out in the streets marching. And again, it's likely because all of them have this skin color. It's a problem.
It's your boy, B. Clay. Thanks for watching. Same fight, different round. Y'all know my motto.